The story begins at Junior Beast Taming School. The students are reminded that the Beastmaster exam is coming up soon, with less than a week left. Tomorrow is the day for the Beastmaster qualification assessment. Inside a classroom, a teacher tells the students that everyone has already contracted their first beast, and they should rest and prepare. The teacher then dismisses the class. Outside the classroom, some students are talking about how nervous they are about the Beastmaster qualification assessment. They mention that even with their current abilities, becoming an apprentice Beastmaster is difficult, and getting into the Advanced Beastmaster Academy is even harder. Another student confidently declares that his goal is the Beastmaster Academy in Ningjiang City, believing his average abilities are enough. We then see Lindsay looking thoughtful. He reflects on the upcoming Beastmaster qualification assessment, but thinks about how it relates to him as a time traveler. He reveals that he traveled through time and space into this body just a week ago. Through the memories of this body, he understands the world he's in. The narration explains that hundreds of years ago, during a catastrophe, many fierce beasts came from dimensional rifts, attacking humanity and causing suffering. Humanity fought back and learned to tame and control these beasts. This led to the creation of the Beastmaster profession. Being a Beastmaster is now a symbol of status, and becoming one means entering the elite class. For young people, becoming a powerful Beastmaster is the biggest dream. In this world, young people who are 18 or older can contract their first beast. The stronger someone's soul, the higher the level of pet beast they can contract. However, this doesn't apply to Lindsay because the original owner of his body had already contracted their first beast. This beast is Snowball, a small, harmless creature that can only act cute. Snowball is not lethal and cannot evolve. Lindsay wonders if he will be an ordinary person with a mediocre life because of this. Lindsay is frustrated, thinking about how other time travelers get special abilities or are incredibly strong. He wonders why he ended up with a weak pet like Snowball. Suddenly, Jiang Hao and another student approach Lindsay. Jiang Hao puts his hand on Lindsay's shoulder and tells him not to worry about not becoming a Beastmaster, suggesting he could just be an office worker. Jiang Hao and the other student laugh, saying that even if Lindsay doesn't become a Beastmaster, he could sell ice cream with Snowball at the mall entrance or sell mineral water. Lindsay looks annoyed at their teasing. Abruptly, a notification appears in Lindsay's mind. The system has finished charging. Starting activation. System activating. Then another notification pops up. Activation successful. The achievement system is officially launched. Lindsay realizes this is the golden finger he's been waiting for. He's overjoyed, realizing that the system hadn't appeared earlier because it was still recharging. He celebrates, excited that his golden finger has finally arrived. Lindsay looks at the system interface. It shows his stats. Physique is 1.0, spirit is 0.8, his level is none, his spirit power is 80/80, and he has no spirit technique. His pet beast is listed as Little Snowball, and he has no achievement points. A note on the screen says that the physical and spiritual attributes of an ordinary adult male are 1. The interface then explains that achievement points and bonus items are given for completing achievements. These points can be used to help beasts grow, unlock their skills, and make the Beastmaster stronger. Lindsay thinks this is awesome. The interface then shows Snowball's information. Snowball's name is Little Snowball, its attribute is Ice, its rank is 1, Stage 1, and its growth rate is 23.48%. Snowball's skill is Cold Air Breath. The interface explains that Snowball can grow by fighting or eating things rich in energy. It also states that when Snowball's growth reaches 100%, it will evolve, and its strength will greatly improve. Lindsay is surprised by this, remembering that Snowball was supposed to be unable to evolve. He pauses, thinking about this new information. The system shows 2 possible evolution paths for Snowball. The first, called Giant Route, focuses on physical fitness and combat strength, eventually becoming the Snow Monster, which can reach rank 5. The second, called Queen Route, enhances Snowball's ice element abilities and spellcasting, weakening melee attacks. Its next form is the Ice Crystal Spirit, which can evolve up to the King rank. Lindsay realizes that Snowball can indeed evolve, and wonders if these are hidden evolution routes. He's happy and thinks that he might not need to sell ice cream after all and could become a Beastmaster. He's especially excited that even the Queen route can reach the King rank. The system then displays the requirements for Snowball's Queen route evolution to the Ice Crystal Spirit: 100% growth rate, 20 low-level ice element essences, and 1 spirit jade. Lindsay decides to try using achievement points to upgrade Snowball. He looks at the available achievements. The first achievement, First Pet Beast, is already completed and offers a reward of 100 achievement points and a spirit crystal. The other achievements are Apprentice Beast Master, which requires passing the qualification assessment, and Enrollment, which requires getting accepted into a Beastmaster Academy. Lindsay claims the reward for the first Pet Beast achievement, gaining 100 achievement points and a Spirit Crystal. He then decides to use his achievement points. He uses the points on Snowball, and Snowball levels up. Its stats change from rank 1, stage 1 to rank 1, stage 2, and its growth rate increases to 100%. A notification appears, evolution successful. Lindsay is thrilled, realizing it actually works. He sees that 77 achievement points were used, leaving him with 23 remaining. Lindsay is holding Snowball and feels a bit let down that the cool special effects from the system upgrade didn't last very long. He thinks it's unfair that Snowball is considered a weak, F-class pet beast. Lindsay then thinks about the Ice Element Essence and Spirit Jade he needs for Snowball to evolve, deciding that evolution is the best path forward. He realizes that most people wouldn't believe Snowball needs such specific and likely expensive materials to get stronger. As Lindsay starts to leave, Jong Hao calls out to him, teasingly asking if he's ready to take Snowball home and start selling ice cream. Lindsay ignores Jong Hao and speaks to Snowball, telling it not to listen to the rubbish Jong Hao is saying. He reassures Snowball that tomorrow's Beastmaster qualification assessment will depend on it. Snowball responds with a meow. Jong Hao, looking angry, asks Lindsay what he just said, calling him trash. Lindsay thinks to himself that the Jong family, Jong Hao's family, is the second largest in Jiangning City, so he can't directly confront him yet. He decides to wait and see. Lindsay turns to Jong Hao and confidently asks who is the trash, stating they will see the results in the Beastmaster final exam. Jong Hao spits on the ground in disgust. He and his friend laugh at Lindsay, mocking him for having a stuffed animal that can't evolve. They tell him not to bother with tomorrow's assessment because he'll fail, and suggest he go home and sell popsicles. Guan approaches, calling out Jong Hao, and telling him not to go too far. Jong Hao smirks, saying he's not going too far and is just afraid of this garbage. His friend agrees, wondering why Guan likes Lindsay and suggesting it's better to follow Jong Hao. Lindsay tells Guan to forget about it and that there's no need to argue with them, as they'll understand in time. He tells Guan that he needs to go to the pet store first and she can go home. Guan simply says okay. Lindsay walked along, wondering why the materials needed to help his pet evolve cost so much money. He thought about how all the money he had saved for months was now gone in one go. As he was walking, Guan approached him, calling him Brother Lindsay. She told him he was back and then asked if he would like to come to her house for dinner that night, as her mother had asked her to invite him. Lindsay said okay and that he would go there later. Guan then seemed a little hesitant before speaking again. She asked Lindsay if he would go with her to the Beastmaster qualification assessment the next day. Lindsay told her that of course he would, as he also had to take part in it. Guan seemed pleased to hear this. She told Lindsay it was great and to be sure to show Jong Hao and his friends what he could do. Lindsay agreed, saying to leave it to him. Guan then said she would get going and told him to take care, and Lindsay replied with yes. Lindsay was at home, holding the Ice Element Essence and Spirit Jade. He told Snowball that these materials were really expensive and that leveling up in the future would cost a lot of money. Snowball made a meow sound. Lindsay then told Snowball to come and eat the materials so it could evolve. He placed the glowing blue crystal in the ring in front of Snowball. He told Snowball to eat slowly, saying no one would take its food. Snowball then ate the materials and made a burp sound. It started to glow, and Lindsay wondered if it was really going to evolve. Snowball began to shine brightly. Lindsay noticed Snowball was glowing. The light around Snowball intensified, and its shape started to change. The light subsided, revealing Snowball's new form. It was now the Ice Crystal Spirit, resembling a small humanoid figure made of ice. The system then showed the Ice Crystal Spirit's information. Its attribute was still ice, and it was now rank 2, stage 2 with a 0% growth rate. Its skills were Icicle and Extreme Cold Domain. The next evolution for the Queen route was the Snow Maiden, requiring a 100% growth rate, 20 intermediate ice elemental essences, and a heart of ice and snow. Lindsay was happy and exclaimed that the evolution was a success. The system displayed the Ice Crystal Spirit's level as rank 2, stage 2. Lindsay was surprised, noting that it had improved by an entire level. He explained that the average strength of a senior high school student's pet beast was between the 3rd and 5th stages of rank 1, making his pet's direct jump to rank 2 unexpected. Lindsay then interacted with the Ice Crystal Spirit, commenting on how cold it felt just being near it. He observed the icy aura surrounding the spirit, realizing its strength had improved even more than he had imagined. a system notification appeared, announcing the first evolution achievement and rewarding him with 100 achievement points and a strength crystal. Lindsay acknowledged that without the system's guidance on the necessary materials, he would never have been able to evolve such a seemingly weak pet. He decided to receive the rewards, understanding it was the right decision. The spirit crystal and the strength crystal appeared before him. He knew that spirit crystals could increase spiritual strength, which determined the number and level of pets he could contract. He also knew that the strength crystal directly increased his physical fitness, recognizing the importance of both. Lindsay then proceeded to use the crystals. A surge of energy surrounded him as he absorbed their power. The system then displayed his updated stats. His physique had increased from 1 to 2. His spirit had increased from 0.8 to 1.8. and his spirit power had increased from 80 to 180. His pet beast was now the Ice Crystal Spirit, rank 2 stage 2, and his achievement points were 123. Lindsay noticed that he no longer felt cold and felt a constant flow of strength within him. He punched a nearby wall, creating a significant hole and causing dust to fly. He thought that even though he didn't necessarily need to fight personally, being physically strong was always beneficial. He reasoned that having the ability to defend himself would greatly increase his chances of survival if he ever found himself in danger. The Ice Crystal Spirit made a small sound, seemingly noticing the damage to the wall. Lindsay then decided to use all his remaining achievement points. He declared that he would go all in and use every single point he had. He placed his hands on the Ice Crystal Spirit, channeling the energy from his achievement points. The system showed the Ice Crystal Spirit's previous state as rank 1, stage 2 with a 100% growth rate. After using the 123 achievement points, the Ice Crystal Spirit's level increased to rank 2, stage 4 with a 24% growth rate. Lindsay smiled confidently, thinking that the people at tomorrow's Advanced Association would definitely be surprised during the evaluation. Lindsay and Guan are walking together on the school grounds the next day. Guan asks Lindsay if he is ready for the Beastmaster qualification assessment. Lindsay replies that he is, as he needs to get his qualification as well. Guan is happy to hear this, mentioning that Lindsay seems more motivated than before, as he wouldn't have participated otherwise. Lindsay simply states that people change. As they walk, another student observes them and identifies Guan as a talented student from a different middle school. This student wonders why Guan always hangs out with Lindsay, whom they consider a loser. Another student mentions that someone confessed their love to Guan the day before but was rejected. The first student expresses annoyance at Guan's popularity. Lindsay overhears these students talking about Guan. He thinks to himself that Guan Ning is his cousin and that she is known as a genius in her middle school, attracting both admiration and jealousy. However, he notices that Guan doesn't seem to pay attention to what others think. They continue walking together. Guan asks Lindsay if he really plans to use Snowball for the qualification assessment. Lindsay confidently tells her not to underestimate Snowball. Guan then excitedly suggests they celebrate if they both pass the assessment. She hugs Lindsay tightly, making him a little surprised. Suddenly, a voice calls out for Guan. A girl and a muscular guy approach them. The girl angrily accuses Guan of stealing her boyfriend. Guan asks the girl who she is and who her boyfriend is. The girl replies that her boyfriend is Zhu Hong. Guan seems to recognize the name and calls him a hooligan. A thought bubble shows a memory of Zhu Hong confessing his love to Guan, but Guan rejected him, stating she wasn't interested. Back in the present, the angry girl accuses Guan of talking nonsense and insists Guan must have seduced him first. Guan tells Lindsay to leave, saying they shouldn't waste time explaining and have more important things to do. As they try to leave, the muscular guy stops them, grabbing Guan's shoulder. He tells Guan that she can't leave and that since she messed with his cousin, he won't be polite. Guan, looking serious, tells him to let go of her. The muscular guy looks surprised by her reaction and prepares to punch her, but Lindsay blocks the punch. Guan is surprised that Lindsay blocked the punch. The angry girl tells her brother to stop joking around, saying everyone knows how useless Lindsay is. The muscular guy asks Lindsay if he's trying to be a hero and tells him to worry about himself. Lindsay looks serious. He then forcefully deflects the muscular guy's punch, surprising the angry girl who shouts for her brother. The muscular guy is on the ground, looking surprised. Lindsay tells them that if they have any issues, they should talk to him, as he is Guan's cousin. The muscular guy looks up at Lindsay with a glare. Guan is surprised and realizes that Lindsay is good at fighting. Lindsay thinks to himself that his strength is greater than he expected after strengthening his physique. The muscular guy gets up from the ground, looking furious, and warns Lindsay that he's asking for it. He prepares to attack Lindsay again. his hand glowing with power. Suddenly, a bright light appears. Lindsay and Guan watch as a ghostly wolf materializes. The system identifies the creature as a ghost wolf, a beast type, at rank 2 stage 1. The muscular guy smirks, confident that his rank 2 ghost wolf will easily handle 2 high school students. Guan observes the ghost wolf, thinking that her own pet is only at rank 1 stage 7. Despite this, Guan looks determined, as if she's ready to fight. She then looks surprised, calling out to Lindsay, wondering what he is planning. Guan asks Lindsay if he intends to use Snowball against the ghost wolf, worried about Snowball's strength and the possibility of Lindsay getting hurt, which could affect his assessment. Lindsay confidently tells Guan to leave it to him. The angry girl laughs, finding it ridiculous that Lindsay, someone she considers average, would try to challenge her brother's ghost wolf. She tells her brother to quickly teach them a lesson. The muscular guy orders his ghost wolf to attack. Lindsay steps forward, and a blue glow surrounds his hand. The ghost wolf lunges forward, but suddenly, a figure made of ice appears in front of Lindsay. It's the evolved form of Snowball, now the Ice Crystal Spirit. As the Ice Crystal Spirit appears, a wave of intense cold emanates from it, instantly freezing the ghost wolf in its tracks. The muscular guy and his sister are shocked. Guan is surprised and wonders if it's really Snowball. Lindsay confirms that Snowball has evolved. The muscular guy yells at his ghost wolf to attack, but it remains frozen. Lindsay declares that Snowball is now called the Ice Crystal Spirit. The Ice Crystal Spirit unleashes a barrage of sharp icicles that shatter the ice encasing the ghost wolf. The muscular guy is in disbelief, exclaiming that it's impossible for a high school student to have a pet strong enough to instantly defeat his rank 2 beast. The angry girl, looking worried, asks her brother what they should do. Realizing they are outmatched, the muscular guy decides to retreat, telling his sister they should leave. However, Lindsay's voice stops them, asking if he had said they were allowed to go. Looking scared, the muscular guy and his sister are on the ground surrounded by shards of ice. The muscular guy quickly apologizes to Lindsay. Lindsay tells them that he isn't the one they should be apologizing to. The muscular guy then turns and apologizes to Guan, saying it was their mistake and begging for forgiveness, promising to deal with Zhu Hong later. The angry girl looks surprised and calls out to her brother. Her brother, in a fit of panic, slaps her across the face and yells at her to quickly apologize. Guan tells them it's okay and they can leave. Lindsay then tells the Ice Crystal Spirit it's enough, and the ice around them melts away. The muscular guy helps the girl up, and they quickly leave. Guan is very excited and hugs Lindsay, telling him how amazing he is and asking how he managed to defeat the ghost wolf and how Snowball could evolve into the Ice Crystal Spirit. Lindsay pets the Ice Crystal Spirit and tells Guan that they don't have much time to talk about it now and they need to hurry to the venue for the qualification assessment. The scene then changes to show the outside of a large building labeled as the Beast Taming Association building. Inside the building, a group of people are looking up at something. The scene then focuses on a large, glowing stone with the label Original Source Stone Tablet. Someone asks if that's the Original Source Stone Tablet, and another person comments on how big it is, though another person thinks it doesn't look that special. Lindsay looks at the stone tablet and thinks about how this is the last qualification assessment of the year. He knows that some people will fail and lose their chance to become Beast Masters, while others will succeed and get into the Beast Taming Academy, starting a new life. He is determined to succeed. Lindsay and Guan are standing at the front of a line with other people. A man, seemingly an official, is addressing the group. He mentions that everyone received a small wooden badge upon entering. He holds up the badge, which is divided into sections labeled low, medium, high, and super. He explains that this badge is the key to entering the Original Source Stone Tablets area. The official explains that they need to choose the difficulty level of the challenge they will face. He adds that the harder the challenge, the richer the rewards will be upon completion. He then directs their attention to a screen. The screen shows the rewards for each difficulty level. For low difficulty, passing will grant the title of Apprentice Beastmaster, +1 to Spirit, and a 5% growth bonus for their pet beast. Medium difficulty offers the same title, +2 to Spirit, +1 to Physique, and a 10% growth bonus. High difficulty gives the title, +3 to Spirit, +2 to Physique, and a 20% growth bonus, along with unlocking the second pet beast slot. Finally, super difficulty grants the title, +5 to Spirit, +3 to Physique, a 30% growth bonus for their pet beast, and also unlocks the second pet beast slot. Some students are excited by the rewards. One student exclaims how attractive they are. Another student wishes they could pass the super difficulty. Another student advises not to dream and points out that very few people even pass the high difficulty. Someone else suggests playing it safe and aiming for the low difficulty first to become an apprentice beastmaster. Guan turns to Lindsay and asks him which difficulty level he will choose. Before they make their choices, the official reminds everyone to carefully consider, as this decision will impact their future. He stresses the importance of choosing a difficulty suitable for their own abilities. Guan was in thought, seemingly contemplating the difficulty levels for the assessment. Guan's hand is then shown holding the wooden badge, specifically pointing at the section marked Super. The screen displaying the chosen difficulty levels shows that 46 people selected low, 10 chose medium, and only one person each selected high and super. Other students noticed the screen and were surprised that someone actually picked the super difficulty. One student wondered who that person was, thinking they must be crazy. Another student agreed, suggesting the person might not be fully awake. Another jokingly said it's easy to slip and make a mistake at a time like this, implying it could be an accidental selection. One of the students observing the screen thinks to themselves that whoever picked Super this year will definitely not be able to enroll in the Beast Taming Academy. Lindsay is then shown holding his badge, which is glowing brightly with a yellow light, confirming he was the one who chose the super difficulty. While Lindsay is holding the glowing badge, Guan can't believe that he actually chose the super difficulty. She explains him, sounding worried, that if he fails, he won't be able to apply to the Beast Taming Academy this year. Lindsay smiles confidently at Guan and asks her not to worry, assuring her that he knows what he's doing. Meanwhile, other students are whispering about Lindsay. One student asks if he's really the one who chose the super difficulty. Another wonders if he pressed the wrong button. Another student thinks Lindsay might be stupid. The official turns his head towards Lindsay and Guan. He asks if Lindsay didn't hear what he said earlier about choosing carefully. Lindsay, holding up his glowing badge, replies that this was a decision he made after careful consideration. The official then looks directly at Lindsay with an intense gaze and asks him if he really thinks he can pass the super difficulty. Lindsay confidently replies to the official's question with a clear of course. The official sighs, acknowledging that young people are indeed ambitious. He mentions that he has already given his warning, and if Lindsay insists on playing with fire, then so be it. The official then addresses the entire group, stating that since everyone has made their choices, he will now announce the start of the assessment. The scene changes, showing Lindsay and Guan sitting cross-legged on the floor along with other participants. Suddenly, a bright light emanates from the original Source Stone tablet, and then, the light intensifies and expands. The bright light envelops all the participants, and they are transported to different locations within the assessment area. The official is looking at a holographic map that shows the layout of the assessment area, and the locations of the participants. He notes Lindsay's position and finds it interesting. The perspective shifts to an aerial view, showing a participant appearing in a stadium within the assessment area. Lindsay arrives in his designated area, which appears to be a stadium. He soon realizes that he has entered the virtual space created by the original Source Stone tablet. Any injuries or even the death of a pet beast within the virtual space will not have any real-world consequences for the participant. Knowing this, Lindsay feels he has nothing to worry about and is ready to go all out in the assessment. Lindsay notices a notification in front of him mentioning an uncollected achievement. First victory, battle with the ghost wolf. He is pleased to see that he can still access his system within the virtual space and decides to claim the reward. The notification confirms that he has received 100 achievement points and a spirit stone. Lindsay confirms the usage of the spirit stone and the 100 achievement points. Another notification pops up, showing the increase in his stats. His spirit has increased from 1.8 to 2.8. For the Ice Crystal Spirit, its growth rate has increased from 24% to 34%. And its stage has increased from rank 2 stage 4 to rank 2 stage 6. Lindsay smirks, feeling even more confident about the assessment now that his and the Ice Crystal Spirit's strength have increased. While Lindsay and the Ice Crystal Spirit are distracted, suddenly, a large, muscular creature with orange skin and flames on its body appears, approaching them aggressively. The system identifies the creature as a fire lizard, a fire-type beast at rank 1 stage 7. Lindsay looks at the fire lizard and wonders why only a rank 1 beast has appeared, considering he chose the super difficulty. The fire lizard opens its mouth wide and unleashes a stream of fire towards Lindsay and the Ice Crystal Spirit. He calmly instructs the Ice Crystal Spirit to use its icicle skill. The Ice Crystal Spirit conjures numerous sharp icicles. The icicles fly towards the stream of fire. They pierce through the flames and continue towards the fire lizard. The beast is hit by the icicles and freezes into a block of ice. Lindsay observes the frozen fire lizard and remarks that his ice crystal spirit's icicles are indeed more powerful. A notification appears, indicating that Lindsay has passed the first stage of the assessment. It mentions there are a total of 5 stages. The notification encourages him to continue the challenge. Once the fire lizard is defeated, suddenly the door opens, and a creature resembling a mummy with bandages wrapped around its body emerges from the doorway. The system identifies it as a bandage monster, an undead-type beast at rank 1 stage 9. Lindsay observes the bandage monster and thinks that while a rank 1 stage 9 beast might pose a challenge for others, it's quite easy for him. The official, observing the holographic map, remarks that Lindsay was just lucky because his pet's ice attribute countered the previous fire-type beast. He believes the real challenge is about to begin. But to his surprise, our boy defeats the new beast again without much effort, freezing its body and breaking it into pieces. The official can't believe that Lindsay has passed the second stage and thinks he should continue the challenge. This was just the beginning, and now Lindsay and the ice crystal spirit are facing a large, shadowy creature with glowing eyes. The creature is tall and appears to be made of dark, plant-like material with sharp edges. The system identifies this new opponent as a treant, a plant-type beast at rank 2 stage 2.